All right, welcome back,
Hello.
everyone. Paul Traney here with Anna Rising. Welcome.
Thank you.
First time on the stream.
Yes,
first time live.
Yeah, that's not scary.
Because that's not scary. I love it. Trust me, like everybody here is like super, almost too nice, but they're super.
That's great. I love
super
it.
nice. Hint,
it.
be nice. No, I was just kidding. But no, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
Special thanks to you guys, Farm Design. Awesome job. Cool seeing it. We're talking about branding and graphic design and really taking a brand, giving it an identity, of course, and kind of going from there. So it's really cool. Have you enjoyed watching, actually? Because you were watching earlier.
Yeah, I watched Kelly's earlier, and then I watched Farm Design's earlier while I was still at my hotel. So I've been stalking everybody. Yeah.
And actually, can I just I wanna kind of like brag about you and show off your work.
Let's do it.
Let's do this dance. Yeah. So Anna Rising, it's exactly as you think it's spelled.
That's my name. Yep.
You could see.
Shout
her
out to
work.
my parents.
Shout out.
My dad, I guess.
Shout out to your parents.
For the name.
But again, here's just like all your work. If you want to kind of click through it.
Yeah.
Essentially, you've gone to multiple schools, but
yeah. Technically, I've been to 5 colleges. I studied design at all 5 too, which is a little ridiculous.
5 colleges.
But I stuck out one for a couple of years and graduated. So I'm not like...
Philadelphia.
Yeah, I
right?
went to school, a little small art school in Philly called University of the Arts. They have a really awesome design program. I loved it a lot. It was very branding focused, very like Swiss design, which I thought was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
No, that's really cool. And sounds like you, and you should know because you were at 5 different schools.
I should know. I've been around, yeah.
Graduated, then I don't know if you have quite a story, so it'll bring us up to our current project, but did you move to New York? You live in New York City now.
I live in New York right now. I've been there for about a year. Right after I graduated from college, I went to India because why not?
You know how you do that. You're just like, hey, I'm going to move to India and meet some amazing people as well.
Yeah. I got an internship there actually at a small design studio, which was really fun. I met some really awesome people. And while I was there, I met a travel blogger who I became friends with, and then through her, I became friends with this other girl who has a fashion line, and that's what I'm going to be working on today.
Fashion. See how we're shifting gears. We're doing fashion. I'm like super excited about this.
I am too.
I think we're both like
we're
just like jumping up and down inside right now. Like seriously, guys, this is gonna be. So thanks for joining us, Yadira and Abdul and Simon and everyone,
everybody.
Charlie. Super fun stuff. Like seriously. So a shout out to you wherever you are located.
Yeah.
We're here in San Francisco.
Places.
By way of Brooklyn here.
Yes.
And Goa, India.
And other places,
which I hear is beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. I think about it all the time. All the time.
Oh man, that's so fun. I want to switch to your screen if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because
Let's get into it.
Yeah, there we are.
Oh hey, this is my screen, yeah.
Cool.
So this is the brand that I'm going to be working on today. Like I mentioned, I met a girl in India who has her own fashion line, which is super cool. She is starting a new one called Moon. It's basically going to be these like gorgeous silk dresses. As you can see here, these are actual images she's taken so far, and I think she's on a shoot right now in Mexico. So it's really beautiful stuff.
It's fun.
Don't even want to.
It's just so fun to like immediately kind of like be inspired by these awesome images. It's like, I get to work on this product. It's pretty cool.
When she sent me, because we talked before I even like saw these images, and then she sent me these, and I was like, these are beautiful.
So nice.
I get to work with these. Yeah, so I'm super excited. But anyways, she doesn't really have too much about her. I mean, she doesn't have like too many design elements yet with her brand. So this is kind of a rundown of what info she has given me. I asked her to give me some adjectives that she thinks define the brand. I think some of these kind of talk more about the product itself too. So I'm also going to try and kind of like find a way how we can like create more of like a brand voice rather than just being focused on the product. I think that the product kind of speaks for itself. It's gorgeous. Like these dresses are amazing. So I don't think, I think that the fun stuff is going to be coming through like more of a lifestyle side of this brand. Which is what I want to focus on. Again, we
unique
have
printed silks.
Yeah.
So this is perfect for like any hot place.
Yeah.
Essentially, because I mean she's in
like
Goa, right?
Yeah.
But even we got Hotlanta, as Aisha says.
Oh my God, amazing.
Saudi Arabia. So this product would like work in multiple places.
Yeah. And right now,
Totally
I mean,
fitting.
she's in India. So if there's anyone in India who wants a silk dress, then
Oh wow.
you know where to
See?
go. Yeah.
Are these actual like prints on the silk? Is there a pattern there? I'm just kind of curious.
Not right now, but she's still developing them. So.
And I think it'd be fun to kind of talk about like even if you wanted to get into say fabric design or like any fashion design, actually printing on fabrics. We can talk about that later because I think a lot of designers are interested in it.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
We were just talking about this, like, hey, leggings,
Did you print your own
dresses,
leggings
full
Yeah.
sublimation.
Definitely want to make my own leggings.
Whole thing.
Motivate me to work out. Yeah, super exciting.
Sounds like you've done a lot of, and this is all you're doing. Is
Well,
creating this, or?
kind of. I mean, I put it together, but I asked her a lot of questions, so thank you, Tia, for hanging in there. I really wanted to understand what she was looking for. I asked her to describe, like, what her audience was, and I was like, can you give me your, like, ideal person? So she gave me this blurb, which is great. She, like, even put in like actual restaurants that they would go to, which was amazing. It's super helpful to get like as much information as you can. I think it's easier to focus on something rather than being like, oh, women aged 24 to 44 with these incomes, because like a lot of people who fall under that age range and income range are going to be different anyways. So it was really helpful to get more info about like who this audience would be.
And it looks like she's thought a lot about it.
Yeah, she has.
Not only like where would the product be seen, where it would be, not only where you'd buy it, but where they wear it to.
Exactly.
Like both ends of the spectrum.
So she's been kind of an ideal client with all that information. She also has her own fashion line right now, so she kind of knows the ins and outs of everything. So it's been good. Yeah.
Super cool.
This is the first fashion brand I've ever worked on, so
super
exciting.
So what happened this morning, by the way, and I hope this happens to everybody, you got really excited because like we'll go through the mood boards, but you kind of like you got your hands dirty this morning, so to speak. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to show this mood board that she gave me. And your sketch. We should grab your sketchbook too.
Oh yeah, my sketchbook. Oops. That's
be right in that
it's just
black
in that
bag.
Yeah, it's just a red notebook. So this is a collection of images that Tia collected that she felt kind of spoke to the brand. As you can see, there's a lot of like shiny textural, a lot of kind of like stars and moons. I mean, obviously it's called Moon. Oh, perfect. Which is cool. And then let me go to my other file. So she actually already had a logo for it, which is right here. I did not make this. This is one that she sent to me. Something that I wanted to do was kind of like give it a whole refresh. I think that this brand has, not that this is like a bad logo or anything, but I think that it has potential to go further than what this is.
Feel free, guys. Just reading the comments. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't.
Yeah,
maybe
let me
you
know
have
what
a
you
question
think.
about even like the color. What did you call this color earlier? Did you
Millennial pink.
Millennial pink.
And I accidentally matched this morning.
Look at
with
this.
with my
sorry,
sweater. I got really into it apparently. Yeah. See, I'm like.
You nailed it.
And
you're like,
subconsciously
where?
got like really into the brand. Yeah. Also my pencil matches too, so that's fun.
Wow.
Like really into this pink, guys. Here, you can see it.
It is pink. Depending on how it shows up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she really, one thing that she was pretty certain on was the color. She really wanted this, and she already has a Instagram going too that uses this color pretty heavily. So I wanted to keep that there, and I think it's also like it's good about like it fits the brand well based on everything she's given me.
And might I add that it's a fine, like it's a pretty specific color in that you can shift it one way and it'll get too brown and it can get way too pink. So it changes it entirely.
Exactly.
Like it's a good specific I mean, you called it millennial pink, but who knows what
I think though like millennial pink's a little more like pinker. Like this almost has like a little I shouldn't call it
It's a little more like, is it a little more earthy?
Yeah.
So.
It's a little bit more, I don't know.
Melly's like, oh, don't like it. Don't worry, the designer's not here. No offense to the designer, but it's okay to have an opinion about anything.
No,
you make
please
today.
have opinions about all this.
But that's the big thing. It's like, does this work? Does this not work?
Wait, does she not like the color or the logo?
I don't know.
I
would like to hear what Luke Finch has to say about this logo. Again, we did not make it, but this is the starting point, what they currently have.
Yeah.
I keep on seeing it. I know it's moon, but I keep on seeing a big C. I can't get that out of my head.
It does, yeah. Like, I don't even know how you would say that if it was a C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Dust pink.
Dust pink. That's kind of nice.
I like the...
Oh, I like that.
The sound
dusk.
of that.
Dusk, not dust. But both kind of are nice, actually.
I dig it.
Cool.
It doesn't tell you anything about the brand.
The logo? Yeah. Well, one thing, too, about the logo that I wanted to kind of start with is I think, like, the name Moon is already pretty obvious. But I don't think that, like, needs to be shouted out in the logo that, like, it's a moon. And especially since this is more, again, like, it's more of, like, an elegant, like, upscale kind of brand. I think we don't want to get cheesy and, like, put, like, little moons and stars everywhere. Although that could be fun and, like, if you do it in a tasteful way. But I think in the logo, it would be better to be, like, more simplistic or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dusk, not dust. Thank you. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
This morning, I got super into it.
I don't know where you want to start. Do you want to go here?
Yeah, let's start here. I have really messy sketches.
Hey, it's all good.
This is my sketchbook. Again, I just like started writing out Moon. I started with her current logo because I thought that could be a good jumping place to kind of see what could be done. I tried to do the moon thing a lot because I knew that she already had that. But I wasn't feeling it too much, so I've tried to kind of back away from that. I played around again with like these kind of like over here, like little curve type thing, like you would see moonlight like reflection and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, these are again just initial sketches. I like when I start, I need to just like get every idea that I have out there. Otherwise, I will like go crazy. I just need to flesh everything out, and otherwise I'll get stuck and like not be able to do anything else. So yeah, that's what I've got.
You
so
have
far.
like that looks like an eye. You're kind of like exploring that.
Yeah, that was actually. Although I shouldn't really have that in there because I think I kind of copied that from a something I found in Dribbble that I really liked.
Okay.
So I'm trying to like stay away from that. But
all good.
Yeah.
But there's some that you like. I think some. Yeah, there's plenty that you need to explore.
Yeah, it was a good starting point. And then I went into my Illustrator and then started playing around with that too more.
By the way, hey, Luke brings up a good point because there is a cool font on Behance called Moon. I've downloaded it. I love it. It's actually an all caps font.
Is it?
But what's interesting about it is I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's similar to kind of what we're doing. Very streamlined, contemporary is how it feels.
Well, another thing about this brand is her product itself is very light. And one of the adjectives she used to describe it was very soft, so I don't want to like have like a crazy heavy font. I did some explorations with serif fonts, and they just ended up looking really heavy. I felt, I know a lot of fashion brands kind of use those, but...
that was Luke's suggestion. He's like, Moon, all caps, Helvetica, done.
Yeah.
Good luck selling it in. Sure, you can try that. Good luck, buddy.
So funny. So I started... Based on my sketches, I started playing around in Illustrator. A few things. I want to point out that these are very rough sketches. I kind of, again, I just like went crazy and just tried to get ideas out. So a lot of them I don't think will work at all. Like this one, for example, and up here. This is a play on the one she had. I was trying to like maybe if we could simplify it. Another thing that I did, I started drawing these letters out myself rather than using a typeface, just because I think it's I don't know, it gives it a little something extra.
Which one?
Oh, all of them in general.
Okay.
Like I haven't used any typefaces to write out Moon. Although I'm sure this is close to like Futura or something, what I've done.
Yeah, so you're just doing basic shape, you're just using basic shapes.
Yeah. As of right now, I am. These are all like line drawings. I can zoom in on this guy. You can see it was just. Let me ungroup it.
Those are just lines, okay.
Yep. So I just started here, point.
How did you make, if you can zoom out just a touch, like, because there's one in the upper right, like right there, those two that are filled in.
Yeah.
How did you?
Yeah, this was by accident. I will replicate exactly how I did that. I took this guy and I wanted to make it the pink color. So I actually just did this, and then that happened. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's basically, it's your same lines filled in.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun way to use shapes to show it.
Joshua, do you like that one? And there's a little bit of a delay, so it's hard to tell which one you refer to. And zoom in on that one, because I do think this one still has like some potential. If we can try to tweak that end to not look like an X. Yeah. That's my only... I'm looking at Aaron's off to the side. By all means, this is fun.
Yeah.
But what's amazing about this is you just got inspired by watching Kelly.
Yeah, I did this while watching Kelly this morning.
Aaron and Christine. She's like, I'm too excited. I can't wait. Basically. And you just knocked all these out this morning. Yeah. Which the amount of work you did in such a short amount of time is kind of awesome.
I hope so. Yeah. I think they can still use a lot of work, though. Like, for example, this one, I think it's pretty heavy for the brand right now because it's like a very light fabric dresses and...
It would almost have to be like a lighter tone on a... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to do a couple shades from whatever color it's on.
Yeah, it would, for sure. But another thing, though, is like I also want to make the logo able to be put on other things, so I don't want to just like restrict it to being on certain colors. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I need to think about. Yeah. But again, here's all of them.
Lano likes the one that says moon. Har har. We got jokes.
Good one.
We got jokes.
Amazing. Again, here's some more down here. These ones got a little bit more refined. I kind of decided as I was doing these that I think it would be almost a better way to go to use moon, have that be more simple, and then have, like, rather than putting the moon iconography in the actual logo, because it gets like really repetitive, and I don't think person who buys this product needs to like know right away that this is like super I don't know, it's like not even about space. It's the reason why she chose the name Moon was because she thought the moon was a good symbol of like feminine energy, and the brand is very feminine and stuff like that. So I don't think it's necessary to have a moon in the actual logo. And that's actually something that I asked Tia this morning, and she agreed. So that's cool. So I think I'm going to start moving in that direction. But I would love to hear what everyone thinks about that.
Yeah, somebody likes the mooks, obviously the one that's filled in.
Yeah.
And to your point, do you have to be so literal?
Exactly.
You don't really need to be that literal.
Exactly. The reason why she chose moon was mainly for like the energy a moon would give off, or like...
Did you try one of those, and I hate to keep even going back to it, but please. One of the O's is filled in?
Yeah. I don't know if I even have it on here. It started with this guy. Do you mean like, I can even just do it right here.
I'm reading on now, so it's not reading correctly.
Yeah, that's another thing about moon is like the two O's are very prominent in the word, so we have to be careful. Especially too, I was trying to like maybe cut some O's out, but then sometimes it would look like a C, and then that is not good. Yeah. Should I show these guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
guys.
we'll hopefully get back to like and it's okay, because this is interesting what you're doing here.
So I needed to take a break from the logo stuff.
I love all this stuff.
I get caught up really easily when I like with detail and stuff, and I wasn't really getting where I wanted to be with the logo. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like make some stuff and see if I make something that has some good ideas in it. So I started here. One thing, whoops. I should turn that off. One thing that I like about her brand is, and like the name Moon, is that it kind of relates exactly to her product, and like the silk, and that like moon, like there's light that kind of relates to both of them. So I wanted to try and play with that, and so I started using gradients, and I was like, maybe this could be a fun way to do this, which is funny because when I first started doing design, I hated gradients. I was like, I'm never going to use a gradient ever. But now I really like them.
I honestly looked at these panels and I was like, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, it was fun. This is what I got really into this morning.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And again, you're using gradient in such an elegant way. The combination of the pattern, the color, with these soft gradients. It gives us this like silky look.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
I think for all of the right here, the color plays such an important role. You know, I think.
Yeah.
Just because it's not a high contrast sharp image.
It does, yeah.
It's feminine but not like pretty.
Exactly.
That's what you wanted,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Again, like her audience is like more of like sophisticated
Maddie,
women.
good call. It looks very delicate.
Awesome.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. One of her adjectives again was soft, which I want to try and convey that more too. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting so into these comments right now.
I know.
Gradients are the best. Yeah, they are.
Did you use the mesh or any like?
I haven't used the mesh yet. We could use that.
I mean, you kind of didn't need to.
Yeah.
In these cases, but.
Yeah, but that could be something fun to explore. I kind of just started like making shapes and seeing what happens. I felt that these kind of worked well with more of a simple line logo like this. So I brought this guy in, and then I even refined it a little bit more, as you can see. So I cut the bottoms off of these. And I think it makes it kind of delicate and fits the rest of the brand that I've kind of have going in these illustrations. Right now where I'm at is like kind of like that. But again, I'd really like everyone's feedback. Oh, hey guys, I see my friends on the chat.
There's so much to talk about. There's people really like, so Melly prefers this part of your work, which we prefer all of it, but this part was like, as soon as you scroll down and we saw these, I'm like, man, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, this is, I think, was kind of a breakthrough in a cheesy way to say that.
You know, I think an important thing to look at is like, obviously you're developing a brand. It just doesn't mean spending all this time in detail on a logo.
Exactly, yeah. I think when I work, especially when I first started designing, I get like so caught up on like a logo, but then that's not really exactly what is like speaks for the brand. I mean, it is in some instances, but it's, yeah. And I think in this case, since again, her product is pretty strong, and even just the name Moon itself is like pretty, like you can kind of get an idea from the name. You don't really need to do too much with the logo. But if people disagree with me, please tell me.
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome.
Hugo says they look cool.
Cool.
I think all of these, I wouldn't even pick one. I would think they'd all.
Yeah.
Go together in certain levels of whether it's the wrapping that the package is shipped in.
Exactly.
Or,
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I don't really want to just like have one certain thing that like will define this brand. I think if they all fit within the same language, then it works. And I think these are starting to get there. I think this guy is a little bit different than the rest, this corner one, just because it's more like heavy. I don't usually use lines in it, but I think it also still fits with the gradients and everything. So I kind of like that there's a little bit of a variety. Like these two are more connected, and then these two are, and then there's this guy who's just going, I don't know what's happening there. But yeah.
No, I wish me playing around would look like this.
It doesn't always. I think I got lucky this morning.
But she just did this morning, so I'm just like thoroughly impressed. It looks really good. And I think you go through this process of taking a word and deducing it to the smallest necessary components.
Yeah.
At least in this case.
Yeah, and I think that's good for the brand too, because the brand itself isn't like super like fluffy with like all this stuff. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
And you could do a number of things. Like I could even see the middle one. You could literally have an M on one side and an N on the other. And then what if you have you know what I'm saying? I
love that. That's great. You know what? I'm gonna try that right now.
We're gonna try stuff. I'm gonna try stuff too. Yeah. And by the way, as you guys are working, you can copy and paste what you need to do.
Yeah. I'm going to take these letters that I already did up here because I kind of like how these are looking. If anyone has any thoughts about these.
Which ones? I love
this font thing. I mean, it's not a font. Like, I just drew them, but I like how it's looking, so I think I'm going to go with that. But let me know what everyone thinks because that would be helpful. One thing that I do want to do more of, my N is somewhere in here, is play around again with the logo. Oh, there it is. Oh, fun.
Which is kind of interesting. Yeah. When I saw this and I was like, oh, simple. And just real fast, just so you know what we're looking at. this is what we're talking about on Behance. There's actually a font called Moon, which is just kind of interesting. I really like having an elegant, rounded font.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really kinda cool.
Yeah, I think that it fits with the whole idea of a moon. Whatever the idea of a moon is, it fits. Yeah. I think these could be smaller, but I do really like how this is going. Also, if we do something like this, then I could use, like, the logo doesn't necessarily have to, like, I could just have a simple logo, and then this could be like supporting elements but still fit within the logo in a way. Like, this doesn't have to be the logo, but it's still a way of putting that in there, which I think is fun.
And I feel like, who
like
am
that.
I? I'm no one, but like I feel like the M's and the M's could even, do they carry, so it kind of needs to be tied together. I kind of want to read it.
Yeah.
Are we reading it as moon or M and N? So do we need to have gradients on for the M and the N so that it flows together?
It like goes in. Or what if even somehow it's, I don't know, this might.
Or it's connected somehow.
Yeah. That's not quite there.
Oh. Venosis likes this concept of all phases of the moon.
Awesome.
Try rounded caps on your letters.
I actually did try rounded caps, but I think it starts looking childish.
Okay.
I don't know if I have the example still. You can kind of see it up here, but this is not at all.
It's interesting. I mean, these are fascinating. I mean, keep in mind, like, we're seeing these for the first time.
Yeah, these are not refined either, though. It's kind of like, again, an idea to just, I think it's important, like, at first, to just, like, get your ideas out and just, like, throw up on the artboard, and then that's disgusting. I'm sorry for just saying that.
Did you just throw up on your artboards?
Yeah, just throw up on your artboard. Yeah.
So there's a lot of the Lionel, the putting the O's together like an infinity-like style.
Yeah, which I don't think
mentioned,
these work, but
yeah. Good thoughts. I mean, Venn diagram. You know, the two overlapping circles. Like,
yeah, exactly.
See that going on.
Exactly. Something that I want to play around more with this, but I also want to play more around with the idea of having the logo itself kind of reflect this gradient stuff. Earlier I mentioned the Tate Modern logo, which I think is a really good reference. If people know what that is, it's like really blurry, and I think it's an interesting way to show like a different. You're not used to seeing like a blurry logo.
Yeah, it is pretty rare actually. I feel.
So if people haven't seen that, definitely look it up. So I was wondering if there's some way we could kind of do something similar to that in here. I'm not exactly sure how that would be without like completely ripping Tate off, which I'm not gonna do. So we will see.
Yeah, I mean it's always tricky. Like, do you use that as a place to start?
Exactly.
And see.
Yeah, something that I've realized that I need to not do when I design something is look at other people's logos, because then I just like get caught up with like trying to. Like, I get too caught up in that idea, and I'm like, I can't make my own idea because I like this idea. So now before I did this, I mainly used like her mood board to try and get inspiration rather than looking at previous.
That's interesting because like the mood board didn't have there were no logos on it or anything.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
It's interesting to look at it from different sides, because.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, how Aaron and Christine were talking earlier. But a good idea to see how yours is going to look compared to other products on the shelf.
Yeah. No, that is true. I think that's something more, though, that needs to be done at, like, not the very beginning.
Yeah.
At least
because then
for me.
It might get influenced too much by these others.
I mean, that might just be, like, a me-specific thing. I, like, if I see something I like, I'm like, oh, my God, I want to do exactly that. And then it's not good. Because then I get just caught up. But
Luke's nailing it, buddy, because he's like, the O's, if you intersect them, do they start looking like C's? I think that's a big problem with those O's. They look like C's in no time.
Yeah, and then, again, the Chanel logo, that was something that I was like, wait, this is Chanel. I can't have it be Chanel.
That's
yeah. Well, that is a great brand, but it's not quite this. Yeah, I need to do something with this guy. I really like how this is happening. Does anyone have any suggestions for how to connect the M and the N to this?
Yeah, what are you trying to, for what reason?
Just to try and make it look more cohesive.
I like the idea of a gradient. Like I think I would maybe make it. What am I talking about? I have a computer in front of me. I can try things.
You know what? Something that I could do too is I play around with. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna copy this so I don't. I'm gonna outline the stroke, and then give it a stroke of this color. See if that helps. So it doesn't quite go into the gradient. Well, that did not do what I wanted it to do.
What's interesting, I like how you started, by the way, because I think what people do when they're going to create a logo is they take the company name, they type it in, and they're just like going through all their fonts.
See, I hate doing that. And I know like a lot of people do that, but I absolutely hate it. I always start out sketching and I'm like, okay, how can I make this my own? Because I get, like sometimes fonts, like you'll put the name in and it looks really good and you're like, okay, what else can I do? And then you get stuck and it's like, I don't know. I think it loses uniqueness sometimes. Sometimes, not always. Maybe this is just for me too.
I love your guys' ideas. Jurgle talks about you could take the first and the fifth circles and make the second and fourth concave. Like, do they intersect in a certain way? Is a thought. I mean, that might get a little complex.
Yeah.
It's not really dealing with the M and the N like we're trying to do, but
yeah. Also, I don't think this would be the logo of the whole thing, of the whole brand. I think this is getting too complicated for what she's trying to have. And I think it also kind of gets away from the idea that it's just not just a fashion brand, that it is a fashion brand, where this is just like very like in your face. Moon.
Yeah, it's almost too designed.
Yeah, and I think it works for like a more texture thing and like patterns or in other elements of her packaging, but
well, so what do you want to do? Should we take a couple of your current logos and then
let's
like
do that.
We could even ask the audience.
Keep going.
Aisha, Ted, Jargle, all you guys, see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take like our top couple.
Yeah, I'm gonna move some over and create some space to do these. Yeah, I want to play around more with this word mark because I think that we're close to having it, but not quite there. I'd love to hear what anyone else says too.
And at least if we get kind of narrowed down from your 50 to 3.
yeah, that would be awesome. Again, also this guy's a mess, but it was a sketch. I like the idea of this, but I don't think it really works with this brand. But it was kind of using like the light aspect and like how you would see a moon reflected in water, which is fun. Maybe I'll do this for another project. Use that kind of idea.
Yeah, it might be good. Whether it's wavy makes it look a little playful, or if it's stretched, but then that gets too angular, like it's some architecture firm.
Yeah,
and it's not.
Yeah, something too that I don't want this to be is.
I kind of like
looking
this
too
one.
Straight. Yeah, this is one that we are actually playing around with earlier.
And I love how you took out, so I love what you're doing here.
Yeah, see my little boxes? I didn't do
And
that.
we might have taken out too much of the O. Like, you don't even have to do that, by the way. We might have taken out too much of it. But I like it. I like how it looks like it's two phases is kind of fun.
Yeah, I think this is really fun.
And
I also cut out part of these, too. Something that's fun about this product is the silk dresses are cut a specific way, which gives it, I guess, more flattering look when you wear it. I don't really know about the science of wearing silk dress, but she has it, like that's kind of her focus on the product. So I thought it would be kind of fun to like cut things out of the logo in a way. As in right here. And
I know we played with this one earlier, because even your original without the O down might be an option.
Yeah.
But it's you're the boss.
No, I'm gonna do that right now because
I'm playing over here too. I'm gonna make something cool.
Yes. I'm
gonna try what Luke said. Hey, moon, all caps, Helvetica.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
We're gonna
competition over here.
We're gonna have a little logo
Stealing
off.
my client, jeez.
Dude, Helvetica. Wait, Helvetica Light. Ooh. Elegant. Done. No.
I do like Helvetica Light. Solid typeface.
It is, but at some point I'm like...
Oh, no. Agreed.
I use... Actually, do you have a good go-to font?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I don't really, because it just depends on the context. I feel like I go back and forth. I use Futura a lot, which I should stop.
I like it. Sorry, interrupt.
No, it's good.
Aisha, can you something coming out of an invisible ripple? So the letters are coming out of an invisible ripple. Like the rippling, how it like would make some of it disappear.
Yeah.
Is a good, because that might seem like the silk
Absolutely. Yeah. How to do that?
I know.
That's the question. That's a great idea. Thank you. Here's this guy, but I don't know. It almost looks a little unbalanced to me, but it's a little interesting. I wonder if there's a way to make this even, if making it smaller works. I need to change the stroke now so it matches. But I almost like that a little smaller than the other one. What do you guys think?
It gets tricky because now that has two elements that makes it different.
Yeah, that is true.
Is that
what we want?
That's just an observation.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Futura is life. What about Futura fans? I personally use like Helvetica New a lot.
Yeah, that's a good
just
one.
because there's so many different weights to it and options.
Yeah, that's true. When I first started designing, I was obsessed with the universe. I'm sure I say that wrong. I think it's pronounced.
Yeah, Tim. So we did talk a little bit about the brand in general, which it's just for everybody joining us. These are silk dresses. Mm-hmm. They're elegant. They're light. They're smooth. There's lots of various, acronyms and ways to describe them, and audience as well. So we have all that kind of already defined.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, the elegant lends itself to the light font, like a thin font.
I like this one now that I look at it again. I'm going to bring that over here. Also, I like how this is going, but I'm not sure if it's quite there. So I'm going to see if I can use this guy, because this already has cuts in it. That could be cool. Let me see. This might get too heavy. I don't want to get it heavy. We'll see. Oops,
oh, Judith. That's an interesting idea. Like, try a small superscript O.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting.
I think is there a perfume brand that does something like that?
I think I've seen a brand out there like that.
Yeah.
That does that.
I'll try
Pinterest.
it though.
Oh, by the way, just a little shout out. I'll let you do your work for a sec.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know what's going on. A couple things. We encourage you to share your portfolio. You can see right down here. Hopefully you're on Adobe Live, but right down here, if I can scroll down there, share your portfolio, and then enter a contest. So if you want to see your portfolio, check that out. Enter the contest is about Project Felix, which is our brand new beta 3 software around compositing and using 3D models sort of in a even more realistic environment. But it's not about modeling, it's about 3D for designers. And that's what I love about it. So that's brand new. That's the contest that's going on. Let's switch back over because that also is a time warp, like a weird time warp since it's my screen.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, that doesn't look like.
But I could show you guys Felix because that's where you can win like a grand, which it's not that often that we're just giving away cold hard cash. But like, hey, you know what? Here's not only Creative Cloud. Here's a grand. Put that in your pocket.
Nice.
And mentoring from some awesome people.
That sounds
great. There's free mentoring. But we're kind of getting that free mentoring from you right now.
Oh gosh, am I mentoring right now? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, thanks for that pressure, Paul. Appreciate it.
No big deal. I want to hear what people think about this guy right here, because I'm liking this more that I look at it. Although I'm gonna refine it a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. I have some thoughts around it.
Yeah, please let me know. I'm gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, perfect. I think like less is more in this case.
Something that gets a little hard with these guys is the O, because how are you going to have the, like, what part of the O should you cut off?
Do you have the outer circle is like that, and the inner circle is on the other side.
I think I see what you mean. Let's try it. This is
I'm going to try a couple things around. I'm trying not to get caught up too much in the whole idea of the actual, like the moon as an idea, and not the moon as an actual crescent moon.
Yeah, I think that's what I got caught up on when I first started this. I don't think it needs to be in the logo.
Yeah.
Not elegant enough. Oh, good to know. Cool.
I'm going to...
Oh, it is Art Deco. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, guys. It's really awesome to have people telling me what they think about it as they do it. A little scary, but also really cool. It's
a pretty unique... I mean, it's kind of fun because normally this is a very solitary existence we lead it, like as designers.
Yeah, that's very true.
That we live.
I'm stuck. I don't know what to work on next.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna try an idea, and I think this will be cool, just to kind of because I'm thinking about how would you, and give me 1 second as I work on this.
He's working on some cool. I'm creeping on the screen right now.
Go right ahead. So I'm thinking, like, how would you do a transition from, this is just one way of doing it, but doing a transition of a gradient that goes around or through an object. How can you have a gradient follow a path?
Wait, what?
How can you have a gradient? So the moon, we want it to be, it's a sharp edge here, and then it fades out.
Yeah.
And it's an unnatural shape. So you can't use radial, you can't use linear.
Yeah.
So this is what I would do, and I'll just give me 1 second as I
absolutely
get this set up.
As you're doing that, I'm just gonna start making some things and see what happens. That's what I do when I get stuck. I'm just like, I'm just gonna try some things. Usually they don't turn out too great, but
no,
we will see.
Well, what did you do this morning? Is you were just playing around, you freaking killing me.
This morning led to these guys, so that was cool. Maybe I should look back at these to see if anything happens.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll kind of show what I'm talking about. I kind of have the same color. This is just like one way of doing it, but we have our O. We have these two shapes. We know with like the blend tool, we can click and blend two shapes together, which is great. Okay, but we want them to follow along this path.
Right.
So I'll just copy this path. If I double click, now I'm inside of that little blend, and then I can paste it in.
What?
Right? So now, honestly, we don't even need that stroke, but...
Wait, that's so cool.
Like that's... And by the way, I could change this. So at this point, I'd dive in here, and I'd select this guy, and I would change it to that color.
Nice.
But that's like one way of doing... I get that smooth, and I can change the number of steps because it's still jagged. I get it. You guys are probably eyeing it. You're like, that's still jagged, Paul. I get it.
Amazing.
So we can go into blend options. We can crank this up even, to 300.
Yeah.
And make it super smooth.
Oh, that's fun.
And that's just, I'm not even crazy. Oh, actually, that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
For what it's worth,
yeah,
maybe
this is fun.
Maybe work or not work.
Absolutely.
But it's these simple little things you're like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Because I want it to just be even.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that I keep on being like, I want to do something, but I don't know how.
I just clicked over.
Yeah, I just did this. I think maybe I'm getting there. I don't know, guys.
So I could have done that with the angular gradient.
I've never used the blend tool for anything other than picking colors, so I'm going to try that now, actually.
Are you talking, what do you mean angular gradient? I don't know what you're talking about, Luke. But anyway. Luke knows his stuff, too. I'm like, hey, lay it on me.
Yeah, Luke.
No one uses angular gradients. Break it down for us, my friend.
So funny. I think gradients are pretty hot right now in design. I feel like I see them everywhere nowadays.
They are.
Very kind of trendy, which
they are. Well,
that's a whole nother topic.
Seriously. Yeah, they are. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because I will use them, and I think they get used too much, but I will still use them.
Well, same. I'm
because like you kind of know it
right
works. You're like, hey, this will make this look good.
Yeah.
But it's a fine line because I think gradients need to be subtle.
Line.
You need to go. You can go a half a shade over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do too much, it looks 80s style.
Then it looks
like
real
when
80s.
when like you could first do a gradient.
It's very true though. I think that's why I was so resistant to them when I first started designing, but they can actually be pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
But then like also don't use them just to be trendy, which I feel like happens a lot. Is that bad to say? We'll see. Okay, I might need your help because I want to do this blend tool, but I don't quite know how to do that.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to do what you did right here.
Okay. And then there's also, if you want to do a perfect circle, you can. Yeah.
I'm gonna have this color. Blend. Perfect. Ooh, you know what? A blend step thing could be kind of cool too. Although that might work better for an illustration. Let's see.
And I think maybe what Luke's saying.
Wait, I'm not doing this right, am I?
Yeah, that's right. So just you can go to Object, to Blend, and then go to Blend Options.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then change that from Smooth Color, change it to Specified Steps.
Whoops.
And then take it to 200 or something. 300. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. I think this kind of thing too will work well with the illustration, so I'm gonna put one of these guys down here real quick, just so I don't.
I think Angular Gradient is in
forget.
Photoshop. I just don't know where it is at in
This looks
Illustrator.
like
I know it's in Photoshop.
like a
anyway.
star or something, which is kind of fun. That's something I haven't explored either, like other aspects of space. Although that's like getting way away from the brand. How do I copy this and put it in this stroke?
All right, so it needs to be actually like one a path with a begin and end. So
I see. Okay.
Does it have a begin and end, or is it just covered up? Oh, it does. Perfect. Okay, so just copy it. Just take that O and copy it, or just
this.
Yeah, just copy that, and then double click inside. Now select that path and paste. There it is. You can remove the other one. You can probably don't
grouped?
delete everything, but you might have to.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Double click inside of there a couple more times or something to. Oops, sorry.
I did it wrong.
Yeah, just that path.
There we go.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay, I love this. Although, is there any way to make this stroke thinner now, or is that like the?
You can change the size. You can
blend options.
Yeah, you can just double click on it, but it's about changing the size of those shapes now.
Oh, I see. Nice. Learned so much. Oh, sweet. Ooh, yike. That's not what I wanted. But fun. Okay, cool. This is good to know. I think this could be a cool thing to put in with like the little illustrations I had earlier. But I'm also going to try it up here. Also, I like religiously copy and paste things so I don't lose anything. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of that just in case I want it back. And then put this here. Okay, well, that's not working for the logo.
Yeah.
But that was good to know.
And I still, even the one that you just did there.
This guy?
Pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm just wondering how it could look like on a label, because like I know that when you print things, it can get a little blended together.
Yeah, like do you lose the thin strokes?
Exactly, yeah. But I'm going to keep this as an option because it's good to know, good to have.
And I still have some thoughts on this. Like I have some other ideas that that I'm mulling over in my brain.
Good, that's great. This looks like a load sign. I'm gonna try a blend thing with. You know what? I'm gonna stop this logo for a second and make one of these guys with this new knowledge that I have, because I think that will be more useful right now. So I'm literally just gonna copy and paste one of these.
All right, how you guys doing?
What's everyone saying?
All right, I think somebody's having a personal issue.
Oh no. Yike.
Yeah. Luke's got it. Luke knows what's up. How it's going to look on a pin versus how it's going to look on a shuck versus how it's going to look next to like other brands. We went through that whole process.
Yeah, for sure. Also how it's going to look. I mean, this brand exactly isn't going to be like on things like a truck. Maybe someday.
It would be great if she launched this brand on the solar eclipse next month on the 20, when is it, like 21st or something?
Oh, that would be cool. I should tell her that. Yeah. That would be awesome. That didn't do anything.
What's everybody doing for the, isn't it this? Let's take a look. Yes, total solar eclipse, August 21st through the U.S. if you're sort of within a certain, I don't know if it's latitude and longitude, basically is what we'll say. It's kind of because it goes at an angle.
Nice. Well, this is good.
Is it the end of the world, guys? I don't know. All I know is we have to get this logo done before that, and we have to send billing through. We gotta get paid for this, and then we'll be happy.
And then we're
By
good.
the way, has anybody caught the fact that your name is Anna Rising, and we're doing Moon, and there's like a whole and you're wearing this color? It's like fascinating.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
Well, yeah. Oh gosh, I've gotten many comments about the name though. That's not a first.
Is it real?
It is real. I promise.
It a real name?
I promise it's a real name.
How'd you get such a cool name?
I don't know.
Parents.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I've got quite a few siblings too, so we all get it.
How many?
I'm one of 5. So hello
so
to
am
all
I.
my siblings. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, which one are you in the
I'm
lineup?
smack dab in the middle.
Me too.
High five.
Amazing.
Middle children for the win.
Yeah.
Anyone else out there, a middle child?
Yeah, please let us know.
Because let's face it, we're all going to get along. We're like the peacemakers.
Yeah, we are the peacemakers.
We just want the older, get along with the younger.
Actually, I don't know if I'm a peacemaker in my family.
Maybe she's not.
I think my family would probably say otherwise.
Oh, really? Troublemaker?
Not troublemaker, just I like to state my opinion about things.
All right, that's cool.
But that's so exciting.
Yeah, that's way cool. 1 of 5 in the middle.
In the middle. We're all rising to the occasion. Heard that before. Yeah, I guess I hope my siblings don't see this.
No,
okay.
You get along with them pretty well.
Yeah, super well. They're awesome. Actually, I'm gonna see my brother. My 2 brothers live in LA, so we're on the West Coast now. So I'm gonna see one of them this weekend, which is exciting. What am I doing? Let's see.
Are only children also middle children? Yeah, sure. They're oldest, middlest, and youngest. Caroline, middle of 3.
Oh,
yeah.
Yay.
What's up?
Amazing.
Andreas.
So many middle children here. I love it. Bad Moon Rising. I have heard that so many times. That's
Bad
amazing.
Moon Rising.
Also, my family, we used to do theater when we were younger, so we always got rising stars, which is...
Oh.
Heard that before. Good times. I like this idea, but I don't know.
Do you have brothers?
I do have 2 brothers.
So they are rising suns?
They are literally rising suns, yes. Yep. That is so funny.
Good one, Luke. I dig it.
Catholic families for you. Yep.
My dad's started out Catholic. Middle of 5, Omar. Me, you, and Omar.
Amazing.
Right on, buddy.
I love this. I didn't know there were so many middle children out there. We should have a club. Middle children club.
Oh, you guys are good.
I like how this one's looking because of this little thing right there.
I like
I don't know if this one's working.
I like those phases.
Yeah, I wonder if I can make this even a little bigger. Again, I'm not even working on the logo right now because I was over it. So I wanted to see what I could do with these guys.
You got too excited this morning.
I
saw
really...
other people designing. You're like, I want to get in on this game. Did all of her work. We're just going to sit here and drink your cucumber water. And
it's a hard life, guys.
No, I'm thoroughly impressed. And by the way, I think we should talk about this. I think are you guys interested in Dawn Rising? If your sister was called Dawn, Simon.
Oh, no, I don't have a sister named Dawn.
House of the Rising Suns, sure.
Yep. Or just, yeah. But then I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. You can't leave the sisters out. This is amazing.
Man, 2 sisters, 2 brothers?
Yeah, I literally have
2 sisters and 2 brothers.
For real? What's the order? Because mine goes sister, brother, me, brother, sister.
We are one off.
So close.
Sister, brother, me, sister, brother.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Dang. This is weird.
This is very weird.
Oh, so funny, though. I don't think I've ever met anyone else who's the middle of 5 children. I've met
it's
people.
Me, you,
well,
and
my dad,
Omar.
actually. Omar, yeah.
And Omar.
Omar, come back. Talk to us.
Tell us about your experience as middle child.
My dad was actually the middle child of 5, so maybe that's why I'm his favorite. Just kidding. What do I need to do?
Everybody is honorary middle children.
Oh, this does look like
if you feel the need.
Are they though? Just kidding. Yeah, we're very welcome.
Oh, good. Kent, he mentions that's a great thought, because you'll get a lot of that banding when it goes to printing sometimes if you're trying to do a smooth gradient.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not it'll break down as a small resolution. So that's a case where maybe you end up with maybe 2 different logos.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, that's kind of a reason why I want to make the logo more of just like a word mark, because I think that's kind of how it needs to be. I'm gonna let these sit for a little while again, I think.
That sounds good to me. I'm still playing with mine.
Yeah, I want to play more with these illustrations. I think they're getting where I want the brand to kind of be. I think they're pretty feminine, which is good. We'll see. Something too that I haven't really played around with is more of like the idea of like energy, because one thing that Tia mentioned was she liked the name Moon because of the energy that the moon gives off. But I actually, now that I look at these, I just said it, and I think these kind of give off some kind of energy vibe because of the gradients. So maybe
I feel like this means something. It's like I've seen this in Stargate or something.
Yeah.
Which is totally cool.
Actually, this is kind of reminding me of, if anybody knows Bon Iver's latest album, the artist that did it, it's like this whole icon system. I just thought of that. I really liked that, so maybe I'm kind of channeling that, because I think that's pretty cool, the way...
His latest album?
Yeah, I forget the designer's name. He has really good work too. 1 in a Million, I think is that what it's called? Oh gosh, I hope I'm not wrong, because that would be embarrassing.
You're good.
22 a Million. Yeah. So as you can see, the album cover has all these kind of different icons on it, and they kind of like all have these meanings in them, which I think is fun. I think it could be fun to kind of create this system that kind of speaks to different elements of the brand too. For example, this could like represent the softness of it, and one could represent like more of like the energy side.
I like it. And I'll just switch over, and obviously you could tweet this out, or put it in the chat, but Bon Iver's 22, a Million.
Yes. Really good album too.
And probably each one could represent a song or a piece of, something, who knows.
Yeah.
But it all does have meaning.
It all connects to it. Yeah, it all has meaning, which I think is really cool. I think you got to do something more than just make cool looking graphics, because I think at the end of the day,
I make cool graphics, and then I add meaning to them later.
That works too.
I'm like, oh yeah, what that means is softness.
I mean, honestly, that's not the worst way to do it.
It's not. I mean, you're channeling something, I would think, as you're working on it.
Yeah. Also, I think with this guy, I'm getting a little symmetrical, so I'm trying something else. I don't know if any of this is gonna work. I wanna change this guy, because I think these two need to be different. I think I'm gonna try this.
I think you guys are onto something. Yeah, Luke, Bon Iver is cool. The whole idea of even using motion graphics, some of this could lend itself well to it.
Absolutely. That's actually something that I've thought about a lot. I think like, even though this is a packaging brand, I think that, like, where we are right now in the world, I think everything kind of needs to have some sort of digital presence. And I think motion's a really good way to do that. And especially for a brand like this, when it's all about, like, silk and light and stuff like that, I think that's where I could really bring some stuff in. Like, I'm even imagining, like, this one, like, these rippling, and that being part of the brand, which is, again, why I think a simpler logo would be ideal.
I like it. I really do. I think we've probably... I think we have enough ideas with the logo that it's good that you're stepping away and moving on to some of this iconography.
That's good to hear, because I just can't do the logo right now.
No, it's totally fine. Like,
I'm over it.
Yeah. It's like, what was that one brand? Help me out. It is music service. Terry, I don't know if you ever saw this. A music service like Spotify, but it's not Spotify. It's a typical lines emanating out, but when you scroll up on your phone, there's a little bit of motion that happens, so it looks like it's radiating out as you scroll.
Nice.
Because the lines, I think, are so thin in the logo that it gives it this motion when you scroll on it on screens. It's fascinating.
That's cool. That's
and I can't remember.
Really awesome. And I know that Tia eventually is going to make a website for all this. And I believe she's going to be selling these on her website. So that's definitely something to consider. She's also pretty big on social media presence. Like her current fashion line right now has a pretty big presence on Instagram.
Sonos. So. Thank you.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah. Amazing. The moon controls the tide, so maybe waves. That's a good idea.
Like, look at this.
That's so cool.
I mean, that almost has a silk. I'm doing nothing.
You're not even. It's just the screen does it.
This is a still graphic, and it's probably. I don't know if it's going to come across on the feed, but as I scroll, you should see those lines emanating out. So that's the idea.
That is so cool. That's something that would be really cool to bring in.
Yeah, and it is. It just reminds me of still something silk and soft, and yet it still has that whole idea of light.
For sure.
That one's obviously animating.
I wonder if there's a way. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Since this is going to be, like, on clothes, if there's a way people move in clothes or, like, treat their clothes, like, handle them, that, like, a similar effect can be reached with a logo. I don't know what that would be, but if anyone has any ideas.
On clothes? Yeah,
well, for example, like, this, when you scroll on the screen, it does it, but that's because it's on a screen. If there's something, like, when you're actually, like, have a physical product, you like, treat it a certain way. The
only thing I can think of is printing in like a metallic and flat and
or even on like some kind of like heat where it changes colors. What's that called? And like you touch something and then like the heat from it will change
hypercolor,
whatever. I don't know. Something like that. I'm trying to think of like ways to make that cool. That's definitely something to think about. And I think when I start doing like some of the labels and stuff tomorrow, or whenever I get to those, that could be something to think about, especially since we don't really have any specific guidelines for the labels at this point because she's still developing it, so that could be a fun thing to play with. This guy's getting really complicated. I don't really know what's happening here, but
it's all fun. Part of that. In fact, what if we did that? What if we took all those specific words that make up her brand and assign it a symbol like you're saying?
I think that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that right now.
And I'll just share that with me.
Yeah, I have everything here.
So what we have? Style.
Prints. Soft. Luxurious. Free. Cross-cut. Sexy, elegant, fluid. I like the word fluid. And then effortless. I think.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, this is great. I think this will be really cool to do. Especially since these adjectives, when she gave them to me, a lot of them are focused on the product itself. So I think it's fun to like, for example, cross-cut is literally what the dress is going to be. She cuts the fabric a certain way, so that's really cool to bring it. That's super important. It's cut. It is. That's like what creates the dress, like the kind of dress it is. And I'm excited now.
And this is the point you need to get to, like as a designer, like get me to the excited point. Like wherever you're at, and then you just go to work.
Yeah, and I think that too in some of these illustrations it's fun to incorporate these letters. So for example, I am really liking how this is right now. I mean, I might.
You could start assigning some of these properties to some of these.
Yeah,
if you want to.
I'm going to. Yeah, let's do that. Oh gosh. Hey, people watching, do you have any ideas of what these could be? That would be good.
Yeah, like let's. Can you copy and paste the? Oh, you have them.
I have them right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I think one of these could be soft. I'm wondering if this one is the soft or fluid even.
Yeah. Well, I'd say this one looks more fluid in the lower right.
I think it does. Yeah, you're right. Although I think I could do something even better for fluid. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna say this is soft. I'm gonna write it right above it. Soft. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's all. See,
could you make a moon shape with a? Yeah. So here's the thing about that, Jargle. Jargle asks whether you can make a moon shape with a swishing, flowing dress. So you have a dress that's also like a moon. Which is a great idea, good concept.
Yeah.
Here's the only issue you run into that I've seen like companies run into the fact that they started out doing dresses, and then they break into men's line and like.
I wouldn't be surprised if this happens with this brand too, because I know T is pretty ambitious, which is great. And her all of her products are so beautiful. It's so stupid. It's so great. So I would imagine something like that happening for this.
Crosscut should be fairly straightforward.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to be careful with is I don't want to get too cheesy with the whole moon idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I'm always really worried about that. But anyways, yeah, crosscut could be a easy one to show. Okay, this one I'm gonna put fluid, but I think I'm gonna do another one for fluid also, because I think that could get pretty cool. We will see.
Have you ever made patterns in Illustrator?
I have.
Like use the pattern tool, if you will. I don't know.
I've used the pattern tool, but
cool, perfect.
Not for
just
a really
make sure
long
you know.
time. Yeah, maybe that's something that I could try out in a little bit. A lot of these tools, like the blend tool, I haven't used in a while either. Yeah. Does anyone have any idea what this guy could be? Crosscut at the top right.
That one, I mean, that says to me like transition phases.
It does.
Any transformation is kind of what it says to me, just looking at it.
It does. You're right. That's a. I'm gonna leave this one blank for now.
But we have to use it, even if it is just as an element alone. Some of them are just going to be stylistic pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely gonna use this because I actually really like it.
I think what's going to happen with some of these is like you could literally, it could start out as packaging or design elements, and then become an actual product.
Yeah.
Like it could be a print that ends up on
for sure.
Dress
or even
shirt.
like a tote bag type situation could be fun. Another thing too that I was mentioning earlier was she's gonna have like a lot of different variety of kind of the packaging stuff because she ships a lot of things. So I wanna make sure that is also like the brand comes across in all the stuff she uses for shipping. So an example would be like tissue paper. So even like these could go on tissue paper, which could be fun.
Clapton. I'll slow clap that. Like make it motion so it's moon with a T and an I inside.
Oh.
Just don't put an R in there in the middle.
Ha ha ha.
But motion I dig.
Motion could be cool.
I just like how clever that is, man. Good job. This is a little wordsmith.
This is amazing. I love this. I'm getting too distracted by this chat.
So, okay. So, while you're doing that, because you're still thinking through that, I want to give you like sort of a brain break from talking and...
Yeah, sure.
But I want to show this because I think we were talking about this earlier and I'm already going to get you distracted. There's multiple sites that will allow you to, you can send in a design and you'll get it back on a shirt.
That's so cool.
But there's fewer places that will do the full-on printing of an entire shirt, which I love, the full sublimation. I love Art of Wear. This is not promoted by Adobe. Paul is pointing this out to you guys. But this is what got us excited, because like as soon as you create this pattern, to have it on, a flare dress, a fitted skirt, like pretty much anything that you want, you can make your own leggings based on a design that you've created. So I think this is kind of fun from a designer. Like, who doesn't want to do this?
I want to do that.
I'll freaking rock the heck out of those leggings.
I really want to make my own leggings now.
There you go.
I'm going to do it. I'm sold.
Art of wear. Isn't that cool, guys?
That's so cool.
I think it's cool.
I think it's super cool. Okay, I'm having some struggles trying to name what these guys would be.
And maybe what we do is you can give us a word, and we can all,
yeah,
me and we can tackle it.
I don't think. Maybe Prince could be this top left one. But again, now that I'm thinking about these, I think I'm just kind of assigning things to these, and I don't think that this illustration is as strong as it could be for this word. So I think while I can use some of these, I don't think that they're going to be quite the...
Yeah. May or may not work for those words.
Maybe right now what I'll do is take a word and then make an illustration for it. Which one should I do? What word should I do, guys, out of all these?
I think some are easier than others.
Yeah, maybe
crosscut
easy.
Crosscut would be easy if you ask me.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to start with an easy one to get like the juices flowing.
I'll do I know what crosscut means to me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's do crosscut. This is fun. Also, I'd love to hear what everyone thinks about this kind of iconography and taking these. I'm doing it, but I just want to hear what people think.
I think we're all on board.
Not cute. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited about this now. Let's see. To make these, I'm just gonna like start putting shapes and see what happens. That's kind of the best way I can get my ideas out. Who knows what will happen?
Spoken like a true designer, by the way. It's just like, really. It's like, hey, let's kind of throw some things together and
just put it on the artboard and see what happens.
and what floats to the top. And the key thing is like recognizing when you're on to a good idea.
Yeah.
That's
like super cheap. Like getting really into this.
And it's interesting to this is why it's good as a designer to expose yourself to as many different things as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. That's good. You win already. Damn.
Oh my gosh. No.
I retire.
Oh, he's got some good stuff going on his screen. I love that gradient. I'm gonna
you can steal whatever you want. It's all community here.
This is great. I wish I could design like this all the time. I haven't really used squares yet, but I think for something like crosscut, that could be a good way to approach this.
And trust me, my gradients are all off. But
no, that's great. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna make a note that stuff like this, Illustrator is like my best friend. Actually, Illustrator is like my best friend anyways. I love it so much.
Do you talk to it?
I do, actually.
Ooh, you do that and offset it a little bit. Like,
yes.
Or like even if there was a thin line between it. So like don't even have them overlap. And who am I, by the way, but move that.
No, this is great.
Move one up and move that up and then in more. So the line is thin, but just have them close but not touching. So move it more to the right.
See.
There we go, like that. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Just because I want it thin like these elegant lines.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good way. No,
I'm just thinking out loud.
Please think out loud. This is so helpful. This is great. Yes. Okay, I'm going to keep this.
Oh, good call. Yeah, Simon, as we're talking international, because this brand is starting in India.
This brand is like very international.
Yeah.
Should put that out there.
But that other design is looking somewhat Turkish, like the Turkish flag.
Oh.
Which is good. Which
You're
is
right.
like,
that could be fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, international, that's a whole nother issue. That's something that I've been trying to do, more international work.
Well, the nice thing is I mean, you lived in India.
I did. I lived in India,
so.
And I try and get out of the country as much as I can. We'll see. I need to change the house gradients going. That's not working.
Oh yeah, and by the way, here if you need more of an opinion.
What is this?
It feels too designed.
It's a British accent and everything.
When we're in camp.
Oh my god. That's incredible.
You
I
do.
like where this is going, but let's just start over.
So we're gonna see him.
I don't see the fun in it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't see
That's
the.
not finished, is it?
Ouch.
How are you
Make
not?
it less stocky.
How are you not broken yet?
This is hilarious.
This looks like a short list. I need it to be gold.
I need it to be gold.
Go. The British accent's a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he even has tattoos. Oh my god.
That's the hovering art director.
The beard, the coffee. Oh, spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, does he just, like, talk?
How should I interpret that? When he moves, then he speaks up and like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a comment. I'm gonna say, hey, yeah. Oh, thanks for being so helpful with that comment.
That's like the worst comment you can get from an art director. That,
Yeah.
That's not constructive. So funny. I really like this shape situation. I don't know if these
Oh, I like that.
lines are...
I think that's really good. Like literally, you have cross cut right there.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah, this is fun. Illustration's been something that I've been trying to get more into lately. Which I didn't really know that I liked until I recently started a new job at an agency in New York, and I've been doing illustration work for them, and I'm like running with it. It's fun. It's so fun.
What's the agency?
It's called Huge. It's great. I love it. You guys should look it up.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I've been doing some illustration work for them, so it's been really cool.
Another thing I'll do when it comes to like even inspiration as we're thinking about this, I'll just even search in Adobe Stock just for like just a random word, because like I don't know what elegant means visually.
Yeah.
But I could type in elegant just to see the kind of results we get back.
Yeah, one thing that I did too when I started doing all of this, I just would type moon into Google and see what happens there. But I think it's better to do it in a place like Adobe Stock because
it's like a little more curated.
it is, and it's a little more graphic in a way, so you can kind of see how people treat things. And even though like you're not going to want to use that exact graphic, they usually have good elements to it.
So here's soft, for instance, and when I see something like this, that looks pretty soft to me, and I really like those curves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like the idea of adding curves into some things. I think something that I kind of want to start doing is making this a little less geometric than what it is, because it's not, like, silk is not geometric. So that's something that I need to think about. Yeah. Oh, someone's at Huge right now. Hello. That's kind of scary that you're watching. Exciting.
Adam, what's up?
What is up?
Adam, you work at Huge? So does Anna right here. But sorry, we have to borrow her for a couple days if you don't mind.
Sorry.
Trust me, if the boss comes around, she's working. She's working.
He knows I'm here. Actually, I have
Go to
been
adobelive.com.
working,
What's that?
I have been working while I've been here, so
Okay,
it's all
so
good.
there you go. She's working. And
I don't like these lines. I think this... You know, I almost like don't even want to add any more to this because I kind of like the simplicity, but maybe I could add more of a moon element to some aspects of it.
Hey, Colin Holgate in the house. Good to see you, man. He's just talking about, like, I just love the ideas. It's off subject, but...
I love this. Let's see. Transform.
I've ordered on Kickstarter has a laptop, 2 additional screens you can add to your laptop that connect. So you fold out.
So cool.
And it has screen, center screen.
That is really cool. I would invest in that. I should look that up.
So we'll see what happens.
I don't know if I like these. I think they're just kind of creating noise that's unnecessary. It's not really cross-cut.
I like how it's not too literal. Like you could actually just do a dash line cutting across.
It doesn't need to be literal, but it needs to kind of like give the feeling of it.
And I think that's one of the easier ones. Mm-hmm. Like I think that actually works, and you could you could still do an X, like 2 lines.
I just want to make sure I don't cover up this part of the gradient because it's pretty nice. I stole that from
me.
You. Let's see.
I'm a contributor.
You are. Let's see.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
It's cross-cut, but it's also... I'm going to try and see if I can do something with these little lines. These are a little silly. I think that these are being used a lot in design right now, and I think I need to step away from it being too like trendy and just like adding these fun little squiggles.
Yeah.
But I want to see what it looks like when I add in something curved. Oops.
I think it might be trendy, but I think only designers recognize it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think everybody's aware of gradients. I mean, once it's on Facebook as an option,
that's true.
It's mainstream and all that good stuff.
That is true.
Ooh,
I almost like this in here. I think
do.
this is kind of fun because like it's cross cut, but then the brand itself, like it's still smooth. So even though it's cross cut, it doesn't need to be like
I like
crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me know what you guys think.
Cross cut.
Okay, I think I'm gonna let this sit for a while. A lot of the times when I work, I do this. I like put something out there and be like, okay, I need to come back to it because otherwise I just get too into it. So I'm gonna work on another one right now.
Yeah, and so for those of you joining us, like Serendipandas, fun names.
That's very fun.
So we already have the demographic. It's going to be
24 to 44. Yeah.
Yeah, 24 to 44, upper middle class.
Yeah, she gave a specific salary range, which was cool.
Yeah.
Creative agency knows what's going on.
Ooh, creative agency's on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, making our job easier. Fine, I just get to work.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
They got it covered. I'm just going to get down to work again.
Amazing.
I got work to do.
Okay, what word should I do next? Everyone let me know what word you want me to do next. This is the word list again. I kind of want to do... I'm going to see what someone says, and I'm going to choose what they say.
And I'll actually post that list to the... And what we have is we have about it's 28 minutes.
Awesome. Can get a couple of these out in 20 minutes. Effortless. Okay, someone said effortless. I'm going to do effortless. That's hard.
That was a tough one. That's why I looked at that. And
that's going to be the hard one, but I'm going to do it. How to make something look effortless, even though you're putting effort into it. Let's see. You know what? Never mind. I need to... So many thoughts are going through my head right now.
Oh, yeah.
I think this could be kind of like a good overall arcing theme of the whole idea of these icons with the name, and then you can get into them. Also, I'm not really liking this soft one now that I look at it more. I think... You know what? I'm going to work on soft before I work on effortless, because I think that this just gets too much. I want to try confining it all in a circle. See what happens. Oops, it's already a gradient.
All right, and while you're doing that, just want to remind you guys all of the contest that we have going on right now. So if you are on adobelive.com, you can see it down in the lower right. Enter the contest. So it's this Make It Impactful. Let me just switch over so you guys can see it. Using Project Felix, right? So this is what I think is cool. Of course, win Creative Cloud, $1,000, an hour mentoring with one of the amazing artists, which also talk about Project Felix right in here. So Justin Mahler, Luke Choice, my hero.
I love him.
And then
he has such good work. It's so ridiculous. He just did something for... Yeah, sorry.
Super colorful and awesome. Like,
it's amazing.
I want to be him, but I can't.
Yeah. I want to know what programs he uses. Honestly, do you know?
I can tell you all about it because we had an interview with him, and I can tell you some of his secrets. I really love his
work. He's one of my favorite artists for sure.
And in this case, he's just using Project Felix. So you guys can download it if you're a Creative Cloud member. Download it. The cool thing is they already kind of have these sets already set up. So like indoor, model, material, background. But we encourage you to drop in your own background. It will actually sense the horizon line if it can see one. You can take the lighting from that photo and apply it to your 3D model and go from there. So I could even go down here, right here. I like this outdoor scene. Drop it on the background.
Fun.
Taking this, look, I drop this right in here. Boop. Right, let's
that's a fun shape.
Let's drop in this texture right there. Let's make sure the lighting is coming from the background. So right down here, create light from image. Outdoors, boom, senses the light. You can also edit it, but then we can also...
This would be super helpful for like a wayfinding project, like a signage kind of thing.
Yeah?
Because I did a signage project when I was in school, and I had to like Photoshop all my like Illustrator files into an image, and it just it's not cute.
Mm-hmm.
It was not looking real. So this is really cool.
I mean, and this took like 2 seconds.
Yeah, amazing.
So yeah, that's this Project Felix contest. Make it impactful, and all you need to do is post it to this actually 2 hashtags, if you will. It's all right here, guys. Make it impactful, and then contest. Worth giving it a whirl, and
awesome.
You guys got it.
Awesome.
Switching over to Anna, who's done. Looks like she's fit. Yeah. Kidding.
So what I just did is I put whatever I had for this one into here. I think that fits a little better with everything else that I have, rather than like. But then I don't know. It's like kind of like a moon, but I don't want to get too moody. Yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens when I do this. This might not work at all, but we'll see. Oops. These guys look a little like... I'll leave that for now. Okay, I'm gonna go back to effortless. I do this a lot where I just like stop for a while and then go back to it.
This is what I like about kind of like what we do, just to be honest with you, in general, because I think, you have open source software and like open coding and people who share code a lot, and like this is the design equivalent.
Yeah.
Like we're sharing like all of our secrets. There's like nothing that we're not afraid to share.
Yeah, well, when I first started, I was like, I'm not doing anything right. Like when I first started doing design, but like no one knows what they're doing. I hope. Well,
yeah, and you say nobody knows what they're doing, and really you kind of just mean like everybody has a different way of doing things.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's funny because like there's amazing artists out there, and they're like, yeah, I don't use the fancy new tool. I'm just pushing around pixels like you wouldn't believe. So it's like, I think we get down on us like, oh, I'm not doing it right. When I'm like, are you getting the job done? It looks fantastic. People love it. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Killing it,
For sure. I think that is important to note for everyone. Because when I first started doing design, I got super hung up on all that.
Yeah, you want it to be right. You want somebody to open up your file and be like, maybe impressed, or you want to, I don't know, maybe even have your layers named. Does that happen? Good one.
I am really bad with layers, which is kind of why I don't usually use Photoshop, because it just stresses me out.
Well, I must say that Illustrator users aren't using layers as much as you think. Even all morning with Kelly Thompson didn't open up the layers panel.
Yeah,
at all.
I don't use them at all, and I should for backgrounds. I should put them in there, because every time I try and move something to the back, I have to unlock the background and then move that to the back, which doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Yeah. No, it's moving forward, moving things backward. It's all good. You get the job done.
It does get the job done. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And let's see, in 30 minutes. Steve Wolf in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. He's right over there. Another fantastic graphic designer is going to blow your mind. Whoa, no pressure.
Yikes.
But I like your style, and it's different because we're doing a super elegant style. Totally see it working.
Yeah, everyone's doing different stuff.
And you obviously... What's
It's
that?
not elegant at all.
What?
His work is not elegant at all.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say elegant versus your. You guys you gotta let me finish. But yours has like, it's almost like I don't know if it's like Bauhaus retro-ish. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know, something like that. I'm sure we'll get into it. It's super cool.
It is super cool.
But Steve's isn't elegant at all. Jerk. Next thing you know, my laptop's unplugged. There's no more.
Oh,
I can't. No, I don't know, because you hijacked it and did something. I don't know. But this is...
Yeah. I'm just like seeing what happens right now.
I like that. That's like phases going, because I almost see it like following the path.
I'm not gonna lie, I got this idea from you because you had the little dot. I'm just gonna sit next to you every time I design something because you're giving me all the good ideas.
No, I'm just like thoroughly impressed.
Oh gosh, so great.
And that one, the one under effortless, looks like an emoji with his eyes crossed.
Oh my gosh, it does. I can't use that anymore.
And now you can't.
unsee
And
it.
you can't unsee
Oh,
it. Yeah,
man.
exactly. Sorry.
Oh no,
You
it's
hate
good.
me
I actually
now.
wasn't finished with that one. I saw something fun happening, so I duplicated it and then started over. I don't even know if this really fits effortless. I'm gonna say it doesn't. So.
Oh, Monique, yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for saying that. She's like, feels like a newbie for not using layers, even though she has 8 years experience.
Amazing.
Trust me, you watch these live streams, like, you would hope for a super fancy technique when all it is about pushing vectors, bending vectors.
Oh, for sure.
You know? And we do show the
100%.
fancy techniques, but
Most of the time, it's not that.
in fact, I don't want to...
I want to know what everyone feels about this, if they feel like this is effortless. I feel like it's not effortless because it's a lot.
No,
I
it
think
feels
needs
like
to be-
Tate shapes are a little...
Yeah.
What do you think, art director?
The 90s called and they want their job shadows back.
Not for us,
No, but
sucker.
that's-
Trust me.
Hilarious.
I'm an artist.
Jeez.
At the end of these 3 days, I'm not going to like that toy.
How is he not broken yet? I mean, I love the guy, by the way. I'm super excited to get one.
Does he have a name?
I'm sure he does.
Very
Actually
art
modeled
director.
after an actor. I don't know if he is an art
Trust
director.
me. You'll thank me when we're in camp.
I don't know if he's an art director or not, but you should totally watch the hovering art director videos out there. I could post a link to them. But
So funny.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, I'm not feeling like this is effortless, so I need
I'm gonna do effortless. I think effortless and honestly like sexy and elegant might be
Those kind of
similar.
I think so. I definitely think so. I don't know what this one is, but we will see. I like that the stroke is a gradient, but then it's also it's a thin stroke, so you can't see the gradient as much, but I can't make it thinner or thicker because that would just get out of the whole language that I'm already doing. So we will see. I don't think I've ever used gradients this much on Photoshop. I mean Illustrator before. Ooh.
You're gonna run out. After a while, it's gonna be like, you've exceeded the amount of gradients you could use in a day.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious. I'm liking this one for effortless so far. It's so simple, but it's kind of nice.
Luke says we just described him when we said effortless, sexy, and elegant. He's like, did you just describe me?
Oh, so funny.
Describe himself in interviews.
So funny. Ooh, effortless is a hard one. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that.
I don't know.
first
All I'm
suggestion.
thinking effortless should be, I mean, I'm looking at curves. This elegant line, like even if you took the pencil, you know, and set it to as smooth as possible and did a line. I don't know if you know about that, but
Yeah, I do that a lot actually. I use the pencil tool quite often, and it's really nice that you can set like how accurate it is.
yeah, I would almost do that, and I would make it adjust the width profile so it's thin on one side, like that. So sorry, I'm talking. So essentially, pencil set to smooth, we'll just go zoop, right?
Love it.
And then change the, profile so it's thin on both ends.
Yeah. I also love using the width tool, which I recently discovered, which I shouldn't have recently discovered that, but I did.
No.
It's super fun to use.
Yeah, there you go. There's the... And technically you're applying, of course, a width profile to it anytime you do that.
Width profile. Oh, yeah,
so you could manually go in, maybe that's easier as I start to adjust the width profile here and making sure it's thin on either end will give me even more control.
So fun.
And if I hold down the Alt key, I can, change it. But is it? I mean, it would be more interesting if I even added a gradient to it.
The smooth tool in Illustrator, too, is amazing.
Yeah.
I do not draw smoothly, so it's really nice to have.
Can you show us that? I don't know if everybody's aware.
Yeah. I'm going to just redo that. Oops. Redo. So, like, right here, it's kind of like an awkward curve. So I'm just going to just smooth it out.
Boom.
Boom.
Done and done.
Yeah, that's so much nicer. I don't know if this is going to work for effortless.
If you're using the pencil, by the way, and you hold down the Option key or Alt key, it'll switch to the Smooth tool.
What?
So so you just drew something, and then hold down Option, and then maybe it's not set up that way, but double click on the tool itself. Option key toggles to the Smooth tool.
Oh, that's great to know. Okay.
Yeah, so
whoa. Amazing.
Kinda...
No, that's super helpful because it's always annoying to have to like go all the way back. Cool. This is looking like an eclipse over here. Although that's something I can play with too.
Okay, so just kind of there's music playing in the background, just so you know.
Oh, is there?
Like everybody hears it except for
music?
us. It's totally quiet here in the studio.
Fun.
So just pretend like you're just designing and there's a beat. You can just, or maybe
Like
it's
this.
just me. Or
Hopefully we're going to the beat.
Chair dance.
I do usually listen to music as I design, so this is.
I know.
first.
This is what's a little bit different about. It's like.
Oh yeah, if I was at home right now, I would be in probably like sweatpants.
Right.
Some kind of food next to me.
You're assuming. They're assuming
Shouldn't
we're
say
not in
this.
sweatpants.
True.
Maybe
don't
we
know.
are wearing sweatpants right now.
You never know.
Maybe I have some fancy leggings on, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So comfortable. It's getting weird. Sorry, guys.
Love it. Okay, I'm having a block right now. Oh, I do like my
Some
soft one.
jeggings?
That's good to go
Is
back.
that what it is?
Jeggings, jean leggings, I think that's what that is.
They're like, hey, we look like jeans. We got all dressed up for work, when really they're just like pajamas,
My kind of,
comfy.
yeah. It's a nice thing about my work is I don't have to like, I mean, I still try and look nice, but I'm not gonna like put on a, what am I saying? I'm stuck, guys.
Oh, what are you doing?
With effortless. Effortless is really, I'm struggling with it.
I think it's really
Putting too
funny,
much effort into
very
effortless.
apropos. You're like struggling with effortless.
I'm really struggling with effortless. I really want someone
I
to...
would just do a simple line and leave it alone. Like, really, effortless should be you did something, but it didn't require any effort.
That is true.
So just do that.
This.
Done.
Maybe I'll try and
It
make...
feels a little bit too geometric, so whatever you want to do with that info.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was trying to just apply a gradient to this line that I was doing.
Oh, you're right. You're right. And that's something that I want to try and make it look less like it's geometric.
How are you guys? I wonder how. Do you think an essential component to being a designer is being able to take criticism?
Yes. Wow, yes. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think... If you can't take criticism, then I don't think you can really move forward as a designer because... I mean, unless you're like super, super, super brilliant, which I'm not saying people... I should stop talking. But yeah, I absolutely think that's essential.
Well, and that's what I think is awesome about you is you there's no ego about you. You just like
good.
try stuff. I think I'm gonna try
Yeah.
this. Oh, that didn't really work out. You're like, hey, I wish it did. My ego isn't damaged. The fact that you didn't like it, blah blah. Like,
no, it's helpful.
that makes anybody a success.
It's no helpful when people tell me that they love it because I'm like, well, that's not gonna get me anywhere.
That's very true.
Yeah.
You are exactly right. So you don't gain anything.
Yeah. Also, I'm like still learning all the time. So as cheesy as that sounds, but like,
No.
it's.
We were talking about that earlier. It's like, you know what? You got to be able to look back and have an ugly portfolio. Like you don't. I always want to have an awesome portfolio, but if I can't look back and say, oh, that looks dated, or this is old, like if I don't have an opinion about it, like what have I learned since I created that work?
Absolutely. Yeah, I look back at some of my old work and I want to cry.
And you want to cry.
That's just me. But it's good. It's gotten me to where I am today. So
Excuse me.
you can't complain. Okay.
Exactly. That's okay. You want to? I can.
I'm going to take another word now.
Yeah,
I think effortless is too geometric, but I need to sit on that for a while. Someone give me another word to do that's not effortless. Would be cool.
I'm still working on it.
Please do.
No.
Please do.
Who would think that just such just like a single easy word would be so?
Yeah.
And this is where I'd go to, it's like whether you're using Google Images or using Adobe Stock. What does the web think of effortless? If I go to Images and effortless, and you get a lot of cheesy stuff, is what it comes down to.
Oh man, that's kind of great though.
Yeah,
I think that would be really good for her brand personally.
There you go. Tell her works for the brand.
You know what? That's it.
First of all, he needs to buy some clothes, so he's part of. He's
exactly.
In
the, too bad it's not a
in
woman.
the market
though.
for maybe a shirt.
If it was a woman, it would be there.
This is what the world thinks of effortless. Like, apparently we need to do a big weight and put it on the end of a finger.
My brother's on the chat and he says to do the word free. Hi, John.
Okay. Free.
I'm gonna do free.
Sounds good.
Thanks, John. Okay. That's hard too.
So your brother?
Yeah, my older brother.
Older brother.
My friend Victoria's on there too. Hi, Vic. This is fun. Okay. Yeah, my older brother is the one who gave me the suggestion. I'm gonna see him on Saturday.
Okay, this is what I would do with that. At least I have an idea.
For effortless or?
For free.
Ooh, free's hard.
I know what I want to do.
I'm gonna do the Google trick and let's see what comes
It's
up.
like it's like our job's just another level of Pictionary, really. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like, oh, this is looking cool.
I'm just gonna look up, see what happens when I do it on stock, because Google is no good for. Let's see. It's just probably gonna be images of people buying stuff. Ooh, that's very free.
I know. I ran into that, just like a lot of words.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like the idea of something open. I think that could be good.
I think it's what free means to me is
My friend.
having a bunch of elements, and I'm trying to do this as we speak. And
Let me go back. Also, some things that I'm gonna be putting these kind of graphics on, besides just like the shipping stuff, is something else she's gonna have. I just got reminded from this page, is she has like certain blurbs about her brand that she kind of wants to put on some things. For example, since these dresses are silk and like very nice quality, she's gonna have like the care card, so I can use some of these in background texture. Just another way of thinking about it. Could be fun.
I like it.
Ooh, for effortless, I imagine a wave. Gradient, semicircle. Ooh, thank you, Monique. That is good.
Excuse me.
You could do a rising moon from a sea like a gradient for free. Ooh, I do like that idea. Also, I like that he used my name Rising.
I'm also gonna, again, feel free to submit your portfolio. A little button down below.
So fun.
As you're working away, we have about 10 minutes. So.
Oof. People are giving really good suggestions for these. Thank you guys. I think I want to try this like ripple idea. A lot of people have mentioned that.
Ooh. So, I don't want to take away from what you're doing, but.
No. It's good.
Cool. All right, so let's actually, real fast, you guys can submit your portfolio. I'll let you work on that. Is that cool for a second?
Absolutely.
And just give me, 2 minutes. You can obviously submit your portfolio right down here. Share your portfolio. We check the hashtag. Pulled up Simon De Silva.
Hey,
Sorry.
my color's kind of salmon. That's a good way to describe it.
That's where it came from. Yeah, salmon. Simon De Silva. Like, I really like, first of all, it has a couple in here. Logo Designs, Volume 1. Why not jump in there?
Let's go.
Little bling. Hey.
Super bling.
It's
cute.
I'm into teal, so I freaking like it. Cool.
Uses a lot of texture, which is fun.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, I like this one. That's fun.
That's the blend tool right there all day long.
I like that. I think that's going in a good direction.
Yeah. Cool. And what you could do here is I would probably split these up and put them under different projects because you might want to get, people really might appreciate this one.
I think something that's important with logos is you need to see context.
Yeah.
At least for me, I have a hard time like understanding something without seeing what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, and that's the kind of, it's just like miscellaneous logos on a page, and we can comment about some of these. We dig this one. I think they all seem pretty strong. For some reason, this one feels like it's tilting.
Yeah.
Like to the left when I feel like it needs to have that same. I'm sure it's perfectly like perpendicular.
It's also like really high up on that. I wonder if it can.
Yeah. So you just want to like your eyes make you want to like turn it this way and move it down.
Yeah.
But great stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. Love these colors. I love the splash of color right there.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. That gradient works quite well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that one's on the money.
So some people are giving me good feedback about the moon thing right now.
Thank you. Keep on going.
Thank you to Chargle. Is I saying that right?
Alex 4. First of all, I love your logo. Alex 4 Design. And he's done all our work just like you did.
Look at
Started
that.
here.
Started from a sketchbook.
I love it. And this is what we're talking about. This is the other side of it. It's like kind of, starting with the fundamentals, how this was put together with the Bezier components, clear to assign mock-up, which you could totally do this in Felix. This could literally be a plane that's on a wall.
That's
or
so
whatever.
great. Yeah.
So
nice. It's really nice to see things
off
in the
to
world.
you, Alexander. I'm following you, my friend, and gonna appreciate your project.
Go, Alexander. You rock.
I'm following you, my friend. So thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Simon, as well. And there's more I'll review, but I want to throw it back to you, Anna.
Someone satirical. I'm sorry, I'm reading this chat. I'm so into it. Someone suggested putting like texture and stuff into the shapes, which could be cool. Although I do like that they're minimalist because the brand is kind of like that. But I'm gonna try that and see what happens.
And I think the whole idea of the whole word minimalist is good. I think it's just good. It's just a good word to even do searches on.
It is a good word to do searches on. Oops, this is some like Star Wars looking stuff right here, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe not for fashion. I think I need to get back to like using some of these shapes to get me back in the groove to do things. When I think of free, I think of super open. So how can that be translated?
Well, what I think about, if you're going to do something free, you should have, here's my 2 cents on this matter. From what I know, it's like you have these shapes, and this is your free guy. Like, I'm free.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Kind of
switch over.
like.
Look at me, I'm like a free
deviating.
guy. Like, hey, I escaped. Like, I'm over here.
I did it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
think
know, like
that's-
something, and then this is the free thing.
Yeah. You know
And
what?
does that work or does that not work? I don't know.
think-
That's my 2 cents.
No, that's great. Maybe I can even add more of a. I haven't really used shapes like this yet. That could be fun. Awesome. Well, this is way too much, but.
And you're
I'm trying to
working
think
on
of something
free?
right now.
Cool.
Yeah. Again, I'm kind of just spitting things out, seeing what comes out of it. I don't know if this is really working.
Kind of going through some patterns.
Yeah, since I want these illustrations to be like loosely based on the word, I don't want them to be like exactly the word.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add some more elements to it.
And it's all your interpretation. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, chances are when they look at it, they're not going to think immediately free.
Exactly.
Like, hopefully it's like a freeing and open, like, whatever. They'll get the
Yeah.
idea of it, but it's not going to be, oh, that's free.
Exactly.
Without being literal and putting the words like the interwebs does.
Yeah, I don't think I need to be literal with this brand. I kind of like how this is looking. Maybe not for free, but just for something.
So Adam Fox, yeah. So this is Adam. Thank you so much for bringing this up. So we'll just kind of give him a brief of what we're doing. I don't want to take away from
Yes,
what you're doing.
please.
Or you
Please.
can answer it.
Um,
But essentially, what we have is we've done all our research. We asked the client everything about their brand, which is silk dresses, and really it's going to be silk fashion,
yeah.
and called Moon. And then we have a list of like 7 words that define the brand. So we already did the Moon logo pretty much, like to a point, and now it's like depicting. And these are elements that can go on packaging, could be multiple places. But I still think back to the Bon Iver album.
I love that so
You know,
much.
22, 1 million. So
Yeah.
his cover is a bunch of symbols, and they all mean something that and I don't know if it's per song, but it reinforces the brand or the album in that case.
Yeah,
And we're using this just to reinforce all the elements of the brand,
absolutely.
rather than just reworking the logo Moon 200 different times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's not where your design money should be spent.
It's not.
Is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
That's
I think
good.
with brands like this, the most important thing is like the idea of the brand rather than like I don't even know what I'm saying.
You can cut an ellipse up and put another smaller one coming out of the opening. Is that for free?
I'm getting into
We have 1 minute.
Oh wow.
Oh shoot!
Ah,
We got to turn this in. We got a project due. This is due in a minute.
there's
Freaking hit print.
Yike.
Any closing words? Was it helpful to have an audience
It
here?
was
just
so
to be
helpful
able
to have an audience here. A little scary, but really helpful. Yeah, I'm getting really into them. Ooh, stairway to a high gate. That's getting into it. This creative agency person saying some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is a really good thing to have, like all this feedback.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's cool to have just a thank you to Nate and Skyhawk and Luke and everybody out there. It's like, it's good bouncing ideas off. We're leading a solitary existence as a designer. Thank you so much for just like being a part. And we'll try any idea like we've been trying to do and just not keeping up with the chat in terms of execution.
When I read the chat, I'm like so into it. I can't.
But this is super fun. So you're going to continue this tomorrow?
Yes. I'm going to be working more on the packaging stuff tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The fun stuff.
1 p.m.
Yes, 1
PST,
p.m.
2 hours. We're going to see it all come together.
Yay.
And it's going to be super fun. We've got Steve Wolf in the house next. Super excited about it, so everybody stick around.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you in a sec. Stay here.